Does it matter if the scans are closer together or not in terms of the level of detail, level of development?
I think it matters as far as just making sure you're able to see what you need to see, probably more than anything.
Okay, so that's just asking the client the question, do you need to see at a 6 feet level or 2 feet level or both?
So Dan, I'd like to add that LOD, or level of detail, does not define what a scanner or a Matterport camera captures. That only defines what is being produced from those mediums, right? So a model can have a level of detail, but a scan cannot.
Right.
Can the Matterport Pro3 camera have a level of accuracy, an LOA?
Yes.
And so what is the level of accuracy of a Matterport Pro3 camera?
That's a double-edged question.
It is.
So in a smallish single room without thresholds in geometry, a Matterport Pro3, let's say 3,000 square foot and smaller, nice single or double room, very minimal geometric changes. A Matterport Pro3 is going to do okay. The problem is you have no verification on it. On a single room, you can do wall-to-wall measurements to verify. When you hit thresholds and changes in geometry, there's no way to verify what you're getting from the Pro3. So if it's a single room, you can definitely verify and do some distal measurements, wall-to-wall, corner to corner, and get some repetition. The minute you start adding in geometry, corridors, thresholds, staircases, because there's no manual interpretation in the way the alignment of a Pro3 happens, there is no way I can say if I'm giving you an LOA 10 or an LOA 50 model.
Well, and to tag on to that, you know, just because it's a small room, it still goes back to the intent, because let's say we're doing a window replacement project and you want to know the opening size. You know, that's a very small thing to measure, but, you know, I don't know that I'm going to trust the measurements out of a Matterport scan, even to take a small relative measurement like that.
Actually, our mutual friend, Kevin, he said it the best. Let's put 99% into real terms. 99% accuracy, which Matterport claims, means that a 100-foot wall can be 99 feet or 101 feet. That is 99% accurate. So,
which is a lot of, if you were to build, that's a problem. So, so LOA would typically sound like LOA 10, LOA 20, LOA 30, LOA 40, LOA 50. So I imagine a service provider might be asked, can you do LOA 30? And it sounds like the answer is stay away from making any commitment in any way regarding the level of accuracy of a Matterport Pro3 camera, because now somebody's asking you a question that's probably related to construction, and Pro3 is not the right tool.
Not for an LOA 30.
Oh, you could scrape an LOA 10 with redundant checks of other measures. And I mean scrape an LOA 10. Would that sound fair, John?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, you could probably scrape by an LOA 10 if you had QA QC verification.
Yeah, the Richard, the project that I was referring earlier, the 30,000 square foot historic building, I would say that's an LOA 10, both relative accuracy. So you measure, you know, a beam or a column, as well as global. You know, you measure the overall length of a building.
Yeah. And also, Silvio, you are used to scanning and registration. So when you're using a Matterport camera, your stationing and positioning is with the mindset of geometry of registrations, not with the mindset of the visual tour. And that's for my opening statement. An MSP capturing for geometry, it's a completely different scan methodology, capture methodology than capturing for a virtual tour.
I guess, you know, the way we capture for both. As we know, you know, in order to get, let's assume we're missing some data. We need some data from a room. To get that geometry, that point cloud, we're just going to capture for both imagery as well as geometry. So as you said earlier, you're going to increase the number of setups, and you're going to position the scanner strategically to make sure that you have that good overlap between stations.